was going through so much. It wasn't easy.
I want to thank me for believing in me.
Happy Mother's Day!
Mama's arms hold tight, keep me safe from night. Through the darkest fight, she's my guiding light. In her eyes I see all the love for me. Simple as can be, her love's eternity. Mama's love so true, shining through the blue, every day anew. She's my heart's rescue. When I'm feeling low, her warm stars to glow, letting troubles go, love begins to flow. She's the hand I hold through the days of old, always brave and bold. In her heart, Mama's arms hold tight, keep me safe from night. Through the darkest fight, she's my guiding light. In her eyes I see all the love for me. Simple as can be, her love's eternity. Mama's love so true, shining through the blue, every day anew. She's my heart's rescue. When I'm feeling low, her warm stars to glow, letting troubles go, love begins to flow. She's the hand I hold through the days of old, always brave and bold. In her heart, Mama's arms hold tight, keep me safe from night. Through the darkest fight, she's my guiding light. In her eyes I see all the love for me. Simple as can be, her love's eternity. Mama's love so true, shining through the blue, every day anew. She's my heart's rescue. When I'm feeling low, her warm stars to glow, letting troubles go, love begins to flow. She's the hand I hold through the days of old, always brave and bold. In her heart,
Hi guys, I found this new recipe on YouTube where you just make your bacon with water only as opposed to oil, and that's what I tried this morning, and you'll see how it came out. That's the final result. I don't know what happened. I just think like I left them for so long, then they just dried up. Anyway, got ready to go for my walk. Okay. That's right. Now I still need a lot to do. Let me show you guys. What am I supposed to do?
Last but not least, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in
On this year's Mother's Day, it was just us girls, which was me and my sister. We didn't have our kids, so we just wanted to have brunch and talk and just enjoy Mother's Day without our kids. If you if you know, you know. So that's what I was doing. And by this time, she had already come. She had already arrived, and I had not finished preparing. I just got caught up with time. You know, time just flew, and I had not finished. Though I was preparing a few dishes, not so much, because since it was brunch, I was just doing something, some snacks and tea. So that's what I was doing. On the menu, I was doing bajia, and I had already boiled the potatoes, and this time I just decided to boil them the sufuria. I didn't want to boil them in the pressure cooker, in the electric pressure cooker. So yeah, the potatoes were already ready, so I was doing the flour. So I just put flour, some hot water, and dhania, salt, and garam masala if you want, and stir up the mixture. After that, you just put in your potato, then you fry them. So for the bhajias, it's such an easy recipe, you know. So for the bhajia, the trick is just to make sure that your flour is a bit thick, because when it's light now, the potatoes will not, you won't have that coat that you need. So you need to put the flour needs to be a bit more so that you can have that coat that you want at the end. I had earlier soaked the onions in salty water. I'm gonna use the onions to make kachumbari, and now when you soak them in salty water, you remove that aftertaste that the onions have. And at this time, I was running out of time. There was no time, so I was really rushing. That was my sister who was putting the potatoes the second round. You know, my house is like a house, so she's free and welcome anytime. So. Guys, I put so much sugar in the tea, and I think my sister is like me. She doesn't take milk and too much sugar, so that tea, I had to get it back to the fire and add water so that it's not so sugary and all that. As everything was getting ready, we were also catching up and just talking about so many things and how our journey to motherhood has been.
Happy Mother's Day.
Bajia, fish, chicken pops, kachumbari and mayo, and tea. I can confidently say that the food was delicious. Those are easy snacks that you can make when you're having guests. You don't have to stress it out. You just make simple things. So we just sat there and catch up. We're just talking. I don't know what I think we were watching something on Sanaipe or something. Afterwards, we did cheers, and then at this time, my son had already come. And she came carrying gifts. Thank you so much, Sissy. Bye. Salimiana. Got up and just brushed my teeth and went straight into bed. Here you don't have money, you're a first-time mom, and you basically are alone. And I remember at some point I was telling myself, I wish my mom was alive, because I think maybe the process would have been a bit easier having my mom around and just having someone there that is your mom. My mom passed away a long time ago, so it was just me and my sisters and my aunt and just the people who are around me.
But anyway, I was listening to Taryn Wells yesterday because that thing has always been on my mind. I always think, I'm like, what if my mom was alive? Maybe life would be different or something like that. But then there's this song about Taryn Wells where he says that when you are in the season, you don't really know what the Lord has for you. But when it ends, then that's when now you come to realize that He is God after the storm. That's when you come to appreciate. Until it's not done, until it's done yet, then that's when you have to appreciate. It's along those lyrics. So that song gave me consolation and just made me realize that so many times in my life I've just been beating myself up the fact that my mom was not there. And whatever season that is there, God's grace is sufficient. And I can just specifically and gratefully just say that in my season of motherhood, especially the infant years, I can say for a fact that God's grace was sufficient. I really had a very good, maybe not what I expected support system, but I knew they were there for me. So I can say for a fact that His grace was sufficient. That's one thing that I've come to appreciate about motherhood, that regardless of the situation, because for me, my journey was not easy. I had so many hospital visits, many panic moments. It was not easy, but let me tell you for a fact, when you're in that season, you look back and you're like, was I the one that had this strength? Like, there's usually strength and grace in that particular season. That now when I look back, I'm like, yo, I was going through so much. You know, it wasn't easy. But at that particular time, you just find yourself gracefully going through the day, because when you look back, I remember I'd try and look back and be like, there's no one, you're the only one. So you have to wake up and pick up that child and just move on with your life, because basically that child needs to be fed, that child needs to eat, that child needs diapers, that child needs all those things, and you are the one that child is dependent on. So when you get into that consolation and just that realization that it's only you, and at the end of the day, our parents also did it for us, and God's grace is sufficient in that particular point. Like I was saying, when I look back, I'm like, that girl was a strong girl. Like, that girl, Manze, that girl she deserves, you know, she deserves all the good things in this world, because, man, it wasn't easy. I can say for a fact it wasn't easy, and I don't even know where I got that strength. Second thing I've learned, people say motherhood gives you patience. I can say it's not patience, it's just when you're a mom, you are a giver. You're always giving. You're giving breast milk, you're giving your time, you're giving your money to buy Pampers, you're always giving. So I think in the sense of you giving, me a mom who is not a giver, then I'll show you someone else, because I think most moms, once you become a mom, you become a giver. Naturally, you just become a giver. The story is that there's this friend of mine that I have, and I remember like when before she had her child, she used to say that for me, I'm just gonna be a yacht, and you know, I'm just gonna be an auntie in my compound and all that. Then she had a realization. I think one of her patients died, and no one came to claim her, because I think she didn't have kids or something. So that's when she came to the realization that I need to have kids, and she proceeded and had kids in that particular, proceeded and had kids. So that's the realization. And let me tell you, that girl, when I knew her, she have those things of investment, of like futuristic plans, it was just like, okay, it's just me and me. But once you have a child, the ball game shifts. It's not about you. You start wondering, okay, where is this child gonna stay? Where is this child gonna drink? What is this child gonna drink? Where is this child gonna live? You start seeing all those things, and all those things just make you now become a giver. That's the biggest lesson that I've learned about motherhood, is that you automatically just become a giver. A giver in every aspect of your life. You're always giving, and then it also shapes you up in the sense that you stop being selfish and thinking about you and your house and all that. Now you start thinking about someone else. You start thinking about their future. You start thinking about the school you want them to go to. You start thinking about who the kind of person you want them to be when they grow up. You start thinking about all those things, and all these things now you put them all together. If you're a selfish person, you can't think like that. So that's the other thing that I've come to appreciate about motherhood. It just makes you to be a giver, automatically a giver. Anyway, so one thing that I have come to discover about motherhood, and I feel like if you don't capture it, you might lose it. Like, because you know, with kids, it's not about the fancy things. Like, even for you remember the memorable moments that you had. It was your parent was present, like they were there, they took you to Form 1 or took you to school. Those are the things that really resonate with you when you look into your childhood. It's not about the toys you were bought for, the places you went to, the chips and chicken they bought for you. It's not about that. It's more of about the moments that you had, the moments that you captured, and all that. And those moments that were captured, they need a present parent. So one thing that I've come to learn now as my child is growing up is that in that particular season, seasons come and go, and seasons are very quick. Like, 1 minute your child is not talking, the next they're sitting down, the next they're walking, the next they're going to school, they're doing work and all this. So it's a journey that keeps changing. You know, in every season it's a different dynamic and a different a different hustle or a different situation you're in. So I have come to appreciate the fact that, because the other day I was just thinking, I'm like, because mine is going to school, so he wakes up at 6, comes to my house, comes to my room, or wants to sleep for a minute and then goes. So I was like, if I don't, so a friend of mine was telling me, now you're taking them to school. In like 2 years, they wouldn't even want you to be near that school. Once they reach teen, like I said, Murugimunyi, she's like, oh, my son says you leave me at the door, you leave me far away, then I'm going to work because I don't want to be seen with you. You're going to smother me and you're going to I don't want my friends to see that about me. So that's also a season that they are in. Their teens, they don't want that whole mommy, they want to be seen like the G and all that. So those are some of the things you look at it and you're like, at that particular point, seize the moment. Be present. Like for me, I've reached a point where I'm like, in a week, maybe 2 days, I'm gonna do school drop-offs, or if I'm not gonna do school drop-offs, I'm gonna do homework so that I'm there, because this time is gonna end and I don't want it runs so fast, and before you know it, it's over. So in whatever season, breastfeeding, whatever, enjoy it. They say that, but maybe in reality you're like, oh my god, how am I gonna enjoy this terrifying season that it's horrific and all that? But trust me, just look for a way to enjoy it, because in no time, let me tell you, these kids grow up so fast. In no time you're done. In no time they're going to school. In no time, mommy, I don't want this. Like now my son, we don't wash him, he washes himself. And if you dare get into that bathroom and he's showering, he'll be like, no, you're infringing my privacy. Okay, he's not gonna say that, but he'll just be like, oh yo, why, So anyways, so that's it. Enjoy whatever season you're in, whatever stage you're in with your child. Just try and make the best out of it, because it's gonna end very soon, before you open up your eyes. They're in high school. Anyway guys, that was it. I just wanted to say 2 or 3 things about motherhood, and at the end of the day, I'm in this beautiful and amazing place. I'm in Windsor. I'll show you guys this place. It's amazing. If you've never been here, it's a very amazing place. Anyway, bye guys. Cap momento. Bye.